You probably already know that I have moved out of my Melbourne apartment, and that apartment layout drove some of you absolutely insane because it was a very strange shaped apartment. I do get a lot of people telling me they hate the angle of my couch, but I can't really do anything about it because it's an angled wall. And I thought before I left and actually handed back the keys, I would film a apartment tour so that I could actually show you the full layout, because I never really showed it in my videos, and then that maybe will fix some of the organization soul-crushing issues that that house had, or it will just frustrate you even more. I don't know. It's up to you how you want to take this video, but I thought I would film an apartment tour. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm a little out of breath in this video because I had just like moved everything into the car and we're rushing, and I was on a time limit to get the keys back to the real estate, so please bear with me. But I thought I'd go through the apartment and show you the adorable little place that I had here in Melbourne. This is the entryway. You've seen this in many of my cleaning videos. There's a little buzz thing here on the wall so that I can like buzz people up. And a lot of people have always had questions about the angles of this apartment. So this wall here, as you can see, is at like a 90-degree angle to the entryway, but then this wall runs at an angle, and it starts with a cupboard, like a storage cupboard, which I did find very, very helpful. And then next to that is where my fridge sat, and then there's also another cupboard up there. Next to that is also the pantry, and so up on this shelf I had my microwave. There was food up the top, food in this middle shelf, and then just sort of extra storage down the bottom. You have 3 drawers next to that in the kitchen, a drawer under the oven, and then this is a dishwasher actually that I very rarely used. I always did my washing up by hand. And then this door has been broken ever since I moved in because you can't really access the screws in here to be able to tighten it anymore, but that's just the under sink area. Oh wait, now I've made a mess of it. Next to that is just this end cupboard that I kept my garbage in, and then this was the sink. There's a cooktop. Those are my keys and stuff up there. I had some decor up on these shelves. I guess this is maybe like a little spice rack shelf, and then just empty cupboards now that it's all empty. Can't believe it's all gone. But this place has had great storage, like for a 1-bedroom apartment. Amazing storage. So if I step back, you can see that this is the entryway. I had my whole table there, kitchen. Then I also have a balcony, and I never really ever showed this because I didn't want to show exactly out there, but this is just like a little concrete balcony. Never really used it because it's not particularly very nice out there. And then if I come back around this way, you can see this weird little groove section, and this is where I had my desk, and I filmed this many times from this angle, so you saw the desk and everything there. And then if I go back around this way, this is the angle. It's very strange, isn't it? So you come in, you've got like the kitchen, the balcony, this weird little groove thing off to the side. Desk went in this little section. I had plants all along this part of the window. No, those pot marks are not from my plants. They were from someone else when I had already moved in. I also really like that it's not floor to ceiling windows. It's still like half covered, which I really, really like. But this is the living room. You're probably wondering how much it is that I actually paid for this apartment. So it was about 1,650 Australian dollars per month. Now, it's kind of unusual to talk about monthly rates here in Australia because most of our apartments are priced in weekly rates, but the $1,600-ish is about $1,270 US per month. To give you an idea, it was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. It had no car space, but I don't have a car, so that was not really an issue or something that bothered me. I used to always get a lot of questions about how the kitchen connects to the living room. Well, this is it. So this is into the living room. I had my couch along this wall. Now, this is where it used to frustrate people because I'd have a rectangle rug that was aligned with this wall. My TV unit was along here, but my couch was against this wall, and I never wanted to pull it out because then I ended up losing a lot of space in here. My mirror sat in this corner here, and I had my plant in that corner as well. But this, if I step all the way back, you can see, is the weird angled wall living room situation. In this corner, I used to have plants, but then I ended up moving it to the chair. And then this is the bathroom that I swear I never ever showed, because you can see, look how dark it is. It's really dark. So this is the bathroom. In here was a little laundry, and I had my washing machine in there. Then I had these two drawers, which I did show, I think, in a couple of videos, that I did some storage in these bathroom drawers. There's like an entire, what do you call it, wall of shower. You can see my reflection. So that was the shower. Honestly, nothing on this wall, super plain and everything. And then lots of bathroom storage space, which I loved. So there's shelves all in there, shelves all in there, and it was amazing. So yeah, that was the little bathroom that I never ever showed to anyone. And then back out here into the other doorway, which you again saw this many times, was the bedroom. So yeah, bedroom is a very strange shape, but I think I've always shared that. This was my closet situation. Not a lot of great hanging space. I mean, there is, but there isn't. There's nowhere to hang long items, which was what frustrated me a lot. Ooh, look, a comb. I must have left this behind the door. I can take this with me. But there was nowhere to hang long items, which was very annoying. But anyway, this was the wardrobe situation. They also have like their NBN and all of that in here as well. And then, you know, I had my clothing rack over here. I had my chest of drawers. I had my bedside table over here. And then I also had the bed in this corner. And it's a very strange angle as well. If I step back over here, you can see that it's just a weird shaped room. Like this is all right angles. This, not so much. And then it's a corner apartment, which blows my mind because I love corner apartments, and the light that you get in here is just absolutely amazing. And I'm also not very high off the ground either. I love that you can see trees outside my windows. I think that was one of my most favorite things about this apartment. And the other favorite thing is these walls, where it's not completely windows. There's like a little bit of privacy, so you know, if I sit down here, no one can see me. And I really liked that. So yeah, loved this room. It's so bright, so light. And then if I turn around and come back out, you can see a bit more of the trees and everything and what my apartment looked like. But this is basically my apartment tour. This is what it looked like going back. I never ever showed from this angle. I don't know, wanted to keep just a little bit of privacy. But then we, you know, walk back into the kitchen, and it's a weird, angular, L-shaped apartment, and I've loved living here. It has been amazing. It's just, I loved it. This is probably my most favorite apartment that I've ever lived in, and it's absolutely stunning. So there you go. And also, of course, my air conditioning unit, but this is my empty apartment tour. And this is probably one of the more affordable or cheapest places that I have rented in Melbourne. And as you probably already know as well, I've also lived in Toronto in Canada. So I've lived in a different country. I've also lived in like Sydney, Brisbane, Canberra, Melbourne a couple times. Like I've lived all over the east coast of Australia, and Melbourne is by far one of my favorite cities. And it is also one of the most affordable cities in terms of apartment living. Eventually, I do want to live back in Toronto, and I guess the one thing that I'm not looking forward to about that situation is my cost of living will increase in terms of rentals. So Melbourne is a fantastic city. If you're thinking about moving to a major city in Australia, or you want to move to Australia when this whole situation ends, I would recommend it. Great city, great prices, and also because of the current global situation, prices are going down. I think the place that I was just staying in was actually listed for less than what I was paying. I have a friend that is paying about $300 a week for a 2-bedroom apartment in the city, which is insane. That apartment normally goes for about $650 a week. And then I have another friend who lives on Collins Street who has this beautiful 2-bedroom corner apartment, and they're paying about $420 a week, which is usually a $700-800 a week apartment. So the prices for renting in the city right now have gone down significantly. If you negotiate, you'll be able to find some really great deals. Don't be afraid to put it out there and ask for a reduced rate, because you never know, you might just get yourself a really good deal. So I thought I would chuck that in there for anyone that is looking at potentially moving to Australia or moving to Melbourne. but it's a fantastic city. I recommend it a lot. This apartment was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I don't know the square footage of this apartment. Unfortunately, I can't find it, but it's actually one of the bigger apartments that I've ever lived in. It is also a corner apartment, and that's why I think for the price that I was paying, it was amazing. And I just really love this apartment overall, except for the weird couch situation that I know bugged a lot of people. It didn't bother me. There you go. Now you have an understanding of this weird L-shaped, like, angled apartment. I really loved it. I felt like it broke up the apartment into different rooms. It made it feel bigger. I just really liked this space. So tell me, are you more annoyed knowing the full layout, or does it like soothe that, you know, organizational, all aligned, neat thing that fuels your soul? Do you feel better, or do you feel worse about it? I don't know. Let me know. And of course, don't forget to check out my moving vlog as well if you haven't, if you'd like to see the process of me packing up the apartment.